It might finally be time to say goodbye to Archie and the crew for good next year, as the beloved CW show is coming to end after 7 seasons. While the series took several twists and turns, switching genres from murder mystery to teen drama to supernatural horror, it gained a large fan base and became a pop culture phenomenon. Here's what the cast and crew have to say about the final season. First up, what Riverdale boss has to say about the final season. Riverdale boss Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa teased that the 7th and final season of the CW show will be bittersweet. When speaking to TV Line, the showrunner explained the topic of the 7th season being their last came when he had a conversation with the studio and network CEO, Mark Pedowitz. Sacasa explained when the show was renewed for season 7, they all had a feeling it might be their last, although they weren't told explicitly at the time. He further added that when he and Mark Pedowitz talked, it was quite bittersweet. Still, they're all very proud of the run they had with the show in the last 6 years. Although this may be sad news for some fans, Aguirre-Sacasa has assured us that it will definitely be worth it. He continued that the writers were debating on what the final beats of that episode would be and were torn between a very big swing and a quieter ending. With season 7 being their last, it definitely emboldened them to go for the big swing. Can't wait to see what they come up with. How season 6 storylines will continue on in season 7. Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa detailed how the season 6 finale will set up the show's endgame for the last season. While the CW has been heavily known for its Arrowverse shows, the network has also been home to another beloved comic book property for almost 7 years now. Outside their DC TV shows, the network brought the Archie comics universe to life through Riverdale, a gritty reimagination following Archie, Betty, Veronica, and several classic comic book characters. Even though the last few years have taken quite some turns, season 6 took it to a whole new level. Following the 5-episode Riverdale event, season 6 began by introducing superpowers into the CW's Archieverse. While they're still all seeking answers, the Riverdale characters have been busy tackling the latest and perhaps biggest threat the town has ever faced. This year, Percival Pickens has become the gang's latest antagonist, as his power of persuasion is threatening the town's future. With season 6 is close to its end, season 7 will serve as the murder mystery drama's final one. With the news that Riverdale season 7 will wrap up the series, season 6 will, without a doubt, set up the final chapter in the story. In a new interview with TV Line, Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa opened up on the series' pending end and how it all came about. While discussing the decision for Riverdale season 7 to be the show's final year, Aguirre-Sacasa promised that the upcoming season 6 finale will take a bold step to set up the show's final run. While little is known about Riverdale season 7, the writing was on the wall for a while about the show getting ready to end. Several cast members, including Lili Reinhart and Cole Sprouse, had made it very clear that their contracts were up after season 7, and they were seeing next year as the natural finish point. It remains to be seen if the end of Riverdale will mark the conclusion of the Archieverse, or if they might try to go for a spin-off or two. However, given the major shakeup going on with the CW lately, resulting in several of the network's shows being canceled, Riverdale season 7 will likely be the end of the franchise when it premieres in 2023. Next, the season 7 plot and expected release date. Even though we're currently on the second to last season, Riverdale's drama appears to be far from over. Hiram is likely dead for the time being, the ghoulies and serpents are poised for another turf war due to Archie, and the trash bag killer has reappeared. Given their dark and strong relationship with Betty, these villains will most certainly be the biggest threat for the rest of the season. In season 7, fans can expect to see a new genre explored, as well as a new and bloodthirsty antagonist these characters will have to fight and strive to defeat. Like previous seasons, fans are hoping that their favorite characters will engage in some exciting activities that will keep us on the edge of our seats. And the fact that all the characters might not even make it to the finish line, since show writers have a reputation for killing off a character or two during the final season. Since the series was renewed for a season 7 in March 2022, a premiere date is yet to be officially determined. However, it's slated to launch in 2023 during the mid-season, most likely between January and May, according to reports, marking exactly 7 years since its premiere in January 2017. Now, in other related news, KJ Appa's reaction to the final season news. Our very own Archie Andrews believes it's the perfect time for the supernatural team drama to wrap up. The hit series is finally coming to a halt after 7 thrilling seasons, and main star KJ Appa is getting emotional about it. He admitted he was a little sad that CW drama's upcoming 7th season would be the last. Appa said he tries not to think about it too much because the more he thinks about it, the more real it becomes. Still, he noted that many of the cast and crew, and even the fans, saw it coming, so it didn't come as too much of a surprise to him. Appa told Entertainment Tonight that he feels sad about the ending, and it'll be really hard to say goodbye to Archie, Riverdale, the sets, and of course their amazing cast and crew. The cast have created so many memories on the show, for both themselves and for the fans, so we understand how hard it must be for Appa. He went on to add that it's perfect timing to finish the show, as all great things eventually come to an end. Even though he might be sad, he still feels good about the decision. We're glad he's being a good sport about it. Next, Cole Sprouse's reaction to the final season. Appa's co-star, Cole Sprouse, who plays Archie's best friend Jughead, revealed that he had also thought they might end up in this situation. He'd anticipated this day in a legal sense, since it's pretty common for television series to contractually start with 7 seasons in mind, but the world of Riverdale was still open-ended enough to kind of flex alongside that. Maybe 7 seasons were fated for Riverdale after all. In an interview prior to the cancellation news, the actor was brutally honest with his words as he revealed that most of the cast members on the show were ready to wrap it up with a bow. He continued that he and his co-stars were eager to move on with their lives and careers, though this did not mean he's ungrateful for the show. Ultimately, he's looking forward to more of his own growth as an actor. Sprouse went on and noted that he wasn't a creative force behind the show, and he actually had no creative control over it. He further detailed that they received their scripts once they reached the set and were asked to shoot all their scenes then and there. The actor shared that at one point he was even asked to direct an episode, but denied the opportunity, explaining the reason he knew he wouldn't be awarded the creative freedom he wanted and would have had to succumb to the network's needs without being able to fulfill his own vision for the show. Lastly, return of Sabrina Spellman to Riverdale? Even though Riverdale Season 6 is already getting the show into its craziest year yet, things are far from over. Following her Riverdale debut during Riverdale, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina star Kiernan Shipka is officially set to return one more time as Sabrina Spellman. Whether or not Shipka is playing Sabrina of the Riverdale or Riverdale universe still remains to be seen. Given how powerful Percival has gotten, it wouldn't be shocking if Sabrina comes to the gang's aid in the 11th hour, especially as Cheryl Blossom has been growing her supernatural powers as a witch. Shipka originally starred as Sabrina on Netflix's spin-off series Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which wrapped up its run 2 years ago, in 2020. After years of rumors and countless pleas from fans, Kiernan first made her Archieverse cameo as teenage witch Sabrina Spellman last fall. She arrived in Riverdale for a long-awaited crossover earlier this season, helping her old pal, none other than Cheryl Blossom, with a spell during the Riverdale 5 episode event. So what brings Sabrina to Riverdale, or should we say Rivervale, this time around? Shipka explained that Cheryl and Sabrina have been friends, and when a passing comment inspires Cheryl to look back on the tragic stories of her Blossom family ancestors, she is in need of some extra horsepower, more specifically some extra witch power, and who better to call than Sabrina? And that's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on Riverdale ending with 7 seasons? Which storyline are you most excited for in the final installment? Do let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.